Hello, everybody. I'm Leela. Welcome to the most chronologically enhanced app show on the YouTubes, the tubes of you, the tubes where you are right now. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a decent weekend. It's a brand new month, everyone. It's December. December's theme. Aha, we've got the kitty. She's ready to... She sees I've got the temptations in my hand. Anyway, December's theme is getting out there. Be like the pie and just get out there and grab what you want. Ha ha. There she goes. Woohoo. All right, kids, I'm going to go say hi to the people who are in the front row with me. I know there's more of you out there, and even more will be watching on the replay. But I am going to say hi to the people who are here for me right now. Jim Shannon, Jimmy Jazz, first. Oh, by the way, guys, I get 10 memberships a month, and I gifted 5 memberships today. So try to enjoy if you were gifted a membership. Robbie Stingle, member. Hello. Ms. Heathen Granny 666, you are early. Yay. And let's see, do we have anyone else? It's in the front row. Nope. You guys are the only people in the front row. But, so hi the rest of you. Wanting cat treats is in a cat's DNA. So today I'm going to talk about how, mastering for the most part is kind of compressing and getting a song right into the, why don't we ask, we'll ask ChatGPT, mastering. What is the role of mastering in music? We already know, but hello, Jade Star. Ooh, so you guys can't see this yet, so it's the final stage of audio production. Let's go to... So where you actually get stuff, as I was going to say, you go to Jade Star's Patreon, which, here, let me pop that in there. For now, I'm going to pin this. This is Jade Star's Patreon. I'll show it to you. This is how you get your music mastered. But even if you're going to use that, we're going to look at mastering, and then we're going to look at ways to make sure that it looks, if you're going to send it off to Jade, how do you want it to look? Because you can't, garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't have anything, to do it yourself, you want to have Jade do it. If it's just easier, she'll do a better job, whatever reason you have, but you want to make it ready for her. You want it to be you want your waveform to be the proper size and the proper shape, and we'll be going into all of that. So, mastering is the final creative step because the overall dynamic and your spectral balance is sculpted and polished. It makes an album or song sonically cohesive and impactful, so it'll play well in any format and through any medium. Whether it's vinyl, digital, CD, internet, stream, earbuds, laptop speakers, loudspeakers in a shopping mall, movie theater, surround sound, ba-ding, that's everything. So you have to listen to the album or track, and it should be in the perfect right of monitors or the right headphones. You want a flat response, and then you adjust the sound in a bunch of different ways, compression, equalization, to make it more vibrant, more visceral, more musical, and have the things that go that make your music special jump out to the forefront. Perfect. So let's bring in Isla, my iPad, who does all the real work here. Hey, Matt. Nice to see you. Woohoo. All right, let's get my funky face out of here and let us get Isla, the iPad in. I'm going to my corner and boom, here we are. Awesome. Whew. Man, do I have issues reading little print. It's because you know what? It's because I'm chronologically enhanced. My chronological enhancement does not necessarily work with the old iDevices. Hey, it's the deal for real, the deal for real. For real. Welcome. All right. Let's see. Let's listen to the difference between mastered and unmastered. We'll go into audio share. And I'm going to type in master. So I'm going to pick one that was mastered by Cosmic Barber. I believe this was mastered by Jade. Okay, now look at this beautiful, beautiful waveform. Let's see if I can get my boop. I can't. So if you notice, like in the square space, let's see if I can get this larger. I forget how to do that. Anyway, you can see that there's a nice rolling curvation to the waveform. There is just a little bit of room around the edges. You don't want flat edges. So we'll go back and let's just quickly
relax.
Listen to that a little bit.
Relax, my brother. Relax.
That sounds amazing. So, see how the voice is right out there? The drums, everything all sounds balanced. Hey, welcome Cover by CQ. All right, now let's look for Cosmic Barber. And we'll find one that isn't mastered. Here we go. PM means pre-master, which is how you want. And notice how there's more black space around it, but it looks and sounds good. All right, now I'll play that. We'll
Relax.
you need to be able to hear some
Relax,
difference.
my brother. Relax.
See, to me, it doesn't sound quite as full and rich. The drums lack a little bit of sparkle. See how you can hear? It's just not as rich and beautiful and lovely. And so when I call PM in here stands for pre-master. So let's see. I think we'll work in mostly Logic today. So let's open up Logic, and we may have to go through a little bit of rigmarole to get Logic to perfectly work. Hey, Thomas Christ. Nice to see you, my friend. The Legend of Links, Thomas Christ. Ow! Hopefully, if you, I gave away 5 memberships. So yay. All right, let's go to one I have a one I call pre-master station. And I think that's a good way to start. Right. So let's just get rid of everything that's in here. We'll delete. Yes. Delete. And then I'm just going to delete the region here. Right. Now, maybe let's make, I know. I've just made a couple of things in and also we're going to want to do the slide over. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's undo that. We need files. And then slide over. No, not split view. Why do I keep messing things up? Okay, slide over. And now we'll choose, there we go. So now we can drag files in. So let's come in here. We want to go back to audio share. And let's look at, I've just got a couple of neat little puppers. Something in here. Let's see. I'm gonna find some Indie Dreamscape. Here we go. That looks like, oh yeah, first let's get our thing in. Let's D minor. Let's make sure, because I don't want anything to happen. D minor. 86. Done. All right, back. See, ooh, isn't that neat? Where do we get that? There we go. Indie Dreamscapes, 86 D minor, right there. All right. Now, I'm just going to rename. You don't need to bother renaming it because we're in our pre-master station. So stereo output, let's turn off everything that's in here. And we will listen to this from straight. Just give it a listen. First, we'll work with the mastering assistant from Logic. And then I'll take that out and we'll cover how to get your project ready to be mastered by Jade. See, I think this is a good one because see, we've got like a different kind of, early in the song, we've got these larger, taller waves and they're shorter underneath. Let's just listen all the way through. Why not? You can hear this kind of quiet. Hey, Frosty Freak, Feisty Feather. Nice to see you, girl. I like this. This is fun. So if you're working with something like Launchpad, you can make like a whole recording. And then if you want to fix up your recording, you just drop it into Logic, make your own pre-mastering station template. Let's all these different things. So D minor, master gentle musicality. They can see what that's doing. This is pretty subtle, but this just kind of gets your music in the mood to be a D minor. So this is scalar EQ. Just giving you an EQ. Or you could remove dynamics, leave that somewhere else. Now bark filter. Russ swears by bark filter. So for bark filter, you can come in here to the browser, which the browser is that. Oh, here we go. The browser is this little icon right at the bottom left. And you come to plug-in presets right here. AU presets, triple band. There we go. Now I always pop the output gain right here. I always put it at -1 just to kind of give it a little room. Now let's try this. Oops. Let's Yeah, see, already thicker, nicer bass. Already compression, bark filter. This is one that we put on before. This is before our mastering chain even comes. Now the next thing we pop in is spatializer. Now I use surrounded. See if you can hear lateral and back. I like that. That sounds good. And then, so we turn that on. Now listen to that. Yeah, it does do it. You're right, Thomas. So let's go back to bark filter and we'll show you what's in it. Let's close that out. Triple band is doing compression and such. You can turn the compressor off. And there's filter, threshold, ratio, attack, release, makeup gain. It's all just like the way things are set up. It is true. So you may want to use something like, so let's turn off bark filter. You could, let's see, add plug-in before. Let's see, what was I gonna choose? Oh yeah, harmonic cue, or what, harmonique. This is one that will remove negative things. So let's go in here now. Let's open that. It's an analyzing. Like a doggy muzzle. Meow, Hugh. Yeah, look at that. There seems like there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's check out our controls. We'll listen. You don't hear a big difference, but there's a whole bunch of interesting stuff in there. So I think some of that inharmonic stuff stays nice. So maybe like this. And we'll leave bark filter off. We got it spatialized, kind of thinking. All right, let's look at the mastering assistant. So we're going to want to reanalyze. Let's take a look. We can go to mastering assistant. Let's go Logic Pro help. Mastering assistant. Mastering assistant overview. Whee! Let's go back and read that. And while it's a little bit quiet. All right, Mastering Assistant is a plugin designed to make your final mix sound great across any playback device. Tremor Bear, welcome. By meticulously analyzing audio, it automatically fine-tunes the sound through dynamic adjustments, precisely balanced frequency corrections, and additional sonic enhancements. Mastering Assistant also provides dynamic processing and spectral shaping inspired by boutique analog hardware devices used by professional mastering engineers. Like our friend Dave, I have an idea. Using Mastering Assistant on your final mix will help to ensure that your project meets industry-specified loudness levels that can prepare it for distribution on streaming services like Apple Music. Yeah. So the following steps map out the typical workflow for mastering a project using Mastering Assistant in Logic Pro. Finish mixing your project, making sure everything sounds balanced and dynamically consistent and has enough headroom so that your project doesn't clip. Now add the Mastering Assistant to the stereo output channel strip and let it analyze your project. And its internal parameters are adjusted to produce the best results. Mastering Assistant analyzes the whole project unless you set a cycle, in which case it will analyze only the part of the project within the cycle area. Listen to your project to hear how Mastering Assistant has improved the sound while noting any manual changes you'd like to make. Open Mastering Assistant in Details view and adjust essential parameters such as loudness, frequency distribution, and stereo width, or change the overall sound by selecting a character preset. See Mastering Assistant parameters. Okay. Let's see the parameters. Why not? It provides the following controls. Character menu. Now this, I haven't actually read this. I've just played around. So Mastering Assistant allows you to choose the character of the processing. The character presets change the sonic qualities, and they're inspired by hardware mastering chains that are used by professional recording engineers. Hey, Lord Cat! Lolo the second. So clean is an algorithm that offers a transparent yet punchy result. This is good for EDM, acoustic music, and anything that needs a clean yet punchy sound. So Valve is an algorithm that simulates a processing chain that utilizes tubes to deliver a deep low end and refined high end, making it a great option for both acoustic music and the hip hop genre. Punch, an algorithm that embodies an aggressive sound with a subtle emphasis on the mid-range frequencies, ideally suited for rock music. Transparent, an algorithm inspired by modern and tight-sounding compressor, suitable for most genres of music. Then there's the auto EQ slider. So that is... Where's our auto EQ slider? Oh, I see it. Control the amount of the correction EQ estimated by Mastering Assistant. After analyzing your project, Mastering Assistant shows the frequency curve that it applies to improve the sound of your project. With the auto EQ slider set at 100, you can adjust the amount of auto EQ by dragging the slider up or down. So if you want to reanalyze it after it moves, you just hit the reanalyze button, boom, because that's what we're going to do, because every time I put this Mastering Assistant in here, it's a different song because this is a template. So you can bypass and directly compare it use in combination with loudness compensation button to avoid any sudden jumps in loudness. Remember to turn off bypass before bouncing your project. So loudness compensation matches the volume of the processed audio with that of the original, ensuring a balanced and unbiased basis for comparison. By doing so, you can accurately assess any changes or improvements made during the processing stage without being influenced by differences in loudness. Remember to turn off loudness compensation before bouncing your project. So loudness changes the loudness of the processed audio. When it's in the center position, that is usually around minus 14 lufs, which lufs is your, I say tumbleweed, Robbie. This typically is the target loudness for many streaming platforms. However, in the mastering process, adhering strictly to this value isn't always the best approach. Instead, mastering engineers aim for a loudness level that best complements the specific mix. The optimal loudness can vary considerably based on the genre and the unique characteristics of the project. Stuff I don't know that much about, but so Excite button will introduce saturation to frequencies within the upper mid-range of the signal. This produces more overtones and adds richness and crispness to your mix. The enriched signal produces results similar to vintage transformer-based console designs of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, yeah, my roommate plays that all the time. True peak meter. That one plays the signal level on a decibels measured as true peak scale. True peak represents the absolute highest level a signal is reaching, which is very important for observing where it is in relation to the ceiling or the highest level a digital audio signal can reach before distorting or clipping, neither of things you want. The signal level is represented by a green bar that turns yellow above minus 3 decibels and red when it exceeds 0 decibels. The numeric display follows the same color code. When the level exceeds 0, the portion of the bar above the 0 dB point turns red. However, Mastering Assistant limits the process signal to minus 1 dB's true peak, meeting the requirement for streaming platforms. Lufs meter. MS and I fields indicate the current momentary, short-term, and integrated loudness measurement of your process mix. Did you know all this was in here? The loudness for each measurement is represented by a green bar. A meter turns yellow when the measured loudness exceeds the target loudness. So there's your range field. That's your range. Start, pause, activates your loudness meter, initiating the measurement of the audio signal's loudness. While the meter is running, it actively monitors and displays the loudness of any incoming audio signal. Pause halts the measurement process. The loudness reading ceases to update and typically holds at the last measured value. This is useful if you want to pause the measurement or if you've finished analyzing a particular session of audio. Okay, you can totally reset that. So you can increase and decrease the width of your mix with the width knob in the spread section. Your knob will be set to a position other than the center. Watch out. Don't let your knob get auto adjusted unless you like it that way. Turn this knob all the way to the left to create a mono mix that you can use to check mono compatibility. So correlation meter will display the phase relationship of your stereo signal. Your project should be above 0. The further it is, the better the mono compatibility. Correlation of +1 means that the left and right channels correlate 100%. They're completely in phase. 0 indicates the widest permissible right-left divergence, often audible as an extremely wide stereo effect. Correlation values lower than 0 indicate that out-of-phase material is present, which can lead to phase cancellations if the stereo signal is combined into mono. So then there's a spectrum analyzer. Guys, can you believe all this stuff? This is awesome. For only like $5 a month, that's only if you do it by the month. I got a year subscription to Logic, and I don't regret it. So your spectrum analyzer displays your real-time magnitude expressed in decibels of a signal. Composite curve is the collective filter response curve of the analyzed signal, depicted as a solid line spanning the spectrum. Each individual band contributes to the overall contour of this curve. Oh, pretty. Custom EQ button. Turn the custom EQ on or off. When it's turned on, a dashed line illustrates the custom EQ curve, accompanied by 3 control points that you can drag to make very broad stroke EQ adjustments. I don't do much of that. Low frequency control points. You can adjust the low frequency by dragging left and right. Adjust the gain by dragging up and down. You can have a shelving filter. All of this, just so much mid-frequency control points. So same thing. You can enter your mid-range. You can gain, make it so that it's louder. It's up plus minus 6 decibel. So same with high frequency. Now let's get back. Right on. Let us hit reanalyze. Oh yeah, first we have to turn it on. Now we hit reanalyze. Hey, why can't we hit reanalyze? Why don't we just get rid of... Ooh. It says our plugin's not available. Liars. Controls. Let's turn that back down to 39. Mastering Assistant. Reanalyze. There we go. And as you can see, if you're watching, you can see that it's going minus 1.4 decibels is about where is about the highest creating mastering chain. And then we'll look at all of these little parameters it gave us. So it's saying that our width is a little wide and I want it back up. So let's put it there. Now our loudness is straight up and down, so you can excite if you want. Let's take it back. So we've set it on transparent, and let's listen. Just watching. That sounds so awesome. Can you hear that? Crispy, the pops in the special effects. Looks beautiful. Now let's change the character. Does that sound different? It does. It sounds different to me. This is clean. Let's go valve. See, the valve is not, I don't like that. Yeah, definitely. So far, transparent definitely is the nicest. All right. So I think this sounds really good. I don't think um, we need all of that. Let's just go in here, pre-mastering station, and we'll go export. We need to rewrite. So what this doesn't say what I want it to say. I want it to say Indie Dreamscape. Let's see, 86 D minor. And let's double check everything. So entire project length. We're leaving in the mastering assistant. We're keeping the normalizing off. Hey, Seagull Rock. We're including Master Effect plugins. So everything is ready. And then we'll export. So uncompressed wave 32-bit float 48 kilohertz, I guess that's what we've got. Do we really have 32-bit? I thought it was 24-bit in here. Let's keep it there. I don't think I've got anything. All right, export. And now it's just applying all these things. Now, if you want to set something up for having Jade master it or some other person that you've got mastering. Whoop, see, look it. Now you can see what we've got is we've got some clipping. See? That's not nice. Let's go back. Now, why do we have that? So let's look at our mastering chain. Let's double check that we don't have some kind of output here. Making it too loud. So you can see the little it sounds good. So let's figure out how to get where we've got our clipping going on. Now back to Harmon IQ. Spatializer. Let's see, maybe our output is too high. Low presence high. Mastering assistant. Maybe we try loudness compensation and leave it on this time. Now, once again, we will export and see if we can get it to work. Maybe the loudness compensation will do the trick. Wah, 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 wah. No, 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 no. Whoa, no, that makes it too tiny. Nice, though. So let's delete both of these. No. Maybe we'll lower the auto EQ to 89%. Let's reanalyze. Mastering assistant analyzing, please analyze. I've used this plenty of times to master songs like my noise tracks and stuff. And it could be that just our bass is too loud, you know? All right. Now let's leave that width in. Let's try exporting this once again. Be like indie DM86 export. And that's the thing, you can look at you don't even have to listen. You can look and see that you've got problems. I have other mastering options. I have our Trinity. And hey, Live to Fly channel, welcome. Woohoo. Nice. Let's get that in there. Okay. Yep, it's still kind of cutting off that. Doesn't sound terrible, but you know, you don't want that kind of thing. Boom, 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 boom. Input gain, output gain. Okay, let's turn that one off. We'll turn that one off. Nope, we'll turn this one back on. And export. These are just little things I'm trying. D minor 86. It could just be that the original file is too loud and needs to be broken down, or it could be that. And here's another thing I'll show you next is something I'm always doing when I'm using my pre-mixed Launchpad items. I do end up with some bass overload. See, that's a little better, but still it's clipped, like that's got to be a bass thing. See the difference? Like how thicker? That's because we took out the EQ. We're getting rid of that. All right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you another thing you can do with Logic Pro. I almost forgot what I was doing. So this way, the stem splitter can be one of the best things to do here. There's no vocals, so let's take drum, bass, other, and hit split. And that way, you could cut out your you could cut your bass down. Will this be a Christmas song? We could make a Christmas song if you want. I think that'd be fun. All right, so here we go. There's drums, bass, and other. So this way you could come in and you could just reduce. Let's take these drums down 1 decibel. And I bet ya. Now let's look at our stereo. Let's look at our things. Let's look at mastering. Let's go back. Now watch that true peak. Hey Hubs, welcome. There's Excite. Let's see it clean. Now we might come back into this Hornet. Let's just take it back. Let's grab it. Let's go in here and let's add that harmonic cue here. That's probably where we want to get that sound out. Taking out that now let's listen to this. We might want to take something out of here. That's much smoother. Ooh, me likey. Solo this one. Hugh, meow. Meow. All right, let's go back to the mastering chain. Reanalyze. Hit it again. Hit it again. Now this time I'm going to add the bark filter back in. Let's try putting that back in. Sounds pretty good. All right, I'm going to try it again. Let's export, see what it's doing. Indie, D minor, 86. Am I just making it worse and worse? And that's the thing. If you can't make it sound good with or look good with mastering, just join Jade's Patreon for heck's sake. It's only $1 a month. And you can get your songs mastered. Or you could just F around like I do. Export, export, export. All right, I'm going to make something because I got about 20 minutes-ish. So I'm going to like make a little Christmas song. Ooh, see, that's a lot better, but it's still got kind of a... I don't know why it has a... Yeah, that's right. Honestly, a lot of times it comes out better than that. See here, now we've only got a little bit of flattening. All right, let's go back to this. Now, if we were going to set it, now I'm going to export this and we're going to send it through a couple of other mastering things. So let's get AU presets, triple band. I just pop that output gain down just a dot. Get that limiter in there. And then, so let's take the mastering assistant and we'll turn it off. And we have all these other things and they're in there. So you want to be about -6 decibels. So let's turn it down to -6. Oop. And we will export again. Now this time we're going to call it PM. So indie 86 DM PM. So that means pre-master. Hey, Simtex Cow. Yes, yes, do stuff with Jade. Jade is my mentor. The person who I go to for with all my questions. The reason to come here and watch me is because I help bridge the gap between I don't know what the hell I'm doing and Jade. I'm right in between, guys. I'm right in between. See, look at that. Now that's ready. So now this time, all right, now I'm going to try Lurson's. So all I'm doing is using the share sheet and then you pick Lurson Mastering Console. Open Indie 86 DMPM. Now this is what Jade ends up using most of the time. And this is just, there's all these presets. Pop Rock, I think, is a pretty decent one. Let's listen. And now you can watch these VU meters and see how it goes. Once again, you're still hearing that little pop. The nice, like almost the sound of like water dripping. Like very nice there. I like it a lot. Also sounds good. Let's cycle through some. more glue, less glue, brighter, warmer, so far warm sounds good. So that you can come back down here, there's Americana. Americana tight, more glue. Ooh, that sounds really nice. So I'm going to just pop these. Okay, so and using export. Now I don't have the HD engine, so I can only get an AAC. So I picked the high quality AAC, and then you choose more, export to more, because that will give you a share sheet. So now I'm going to export. We're going to see what this one looks like. So that's like one of the ways that you can decide whether or not to send a song on to Jade is by doing this test. If you've got the Lursen mastering console, which I have like half of the IAP, so I can only put it out in like MP3 M4A kind of, not M4A. M4A is what the Apple one is called. So that this automatically adds master to it, and I'm going to say save to files, and I'm going to save it in audio share, and we'll just hit yes. And then we're going to go back over and we're going to look. Wow, look at that. It's all the way to the edge, but it's not all clipped like the other one. This is a song that I would send to Jade for mastering then. Nice and thick and full and rich and beautiful. So it's let me just toss this into one more thing. Let's use Trinity. I don't know if we can straight up move it to Trinity. I don't see it. Whee, look at all these apps I've got. So let's open Trinity. Schmexy, yeah. Lursen's is a demon. It's just schmexy. Like, all right, so I'm going to load. I'm going to load from my files. Audio share. This PM. And then we're going to look at these presets. Light and slow. How about stereo neutral? Right. Now we come over here and the algorithm, analog, vintage, overdrive, sparkle. I'm going to choose. And this way, look at, so load a reference. So I'm going to load a reference to something I like, which is Bedroom Bliss. Now, we just press play. And this is going to do some stuff too. I like it. It sounds pretty good. This is just kind of a thing that we go. Doesn't sound bad. Right. Now, all you do here, I'm not even going to go through all this. This is just an introduction to mastering. This isn't like all the stuff. Export as. Rendering audio. Whoops. Then I'm going to go Trinity. Save. All right. So now let's hop over. Done. There we go. There's Trinity. So you can see there's a little bit of clipping right there at the beginning. Which one sounds best? So obviously this probably needs a little mixing, but so all of them sound good. The Trinity sounds good. Probably, the schmexiest sounding one in this case is Lursen. So I'm going to give that one to Lursen. So when I finish that song, I'm probably going to mess around and, use the Apple mastering just to kind of see if I've got it right. But why don't we make something from scratch here? Let's use the Launchpad for just a second, because I like because Launchpad doesn't sort of messes with you. Let's try, what was that? Christmas dub, Christmas grime. How about Christmas grime? Why not? Christmas grime. So 140, I like 142. Let's 142 this. And it's normally in D minor, so let's change it to enjoy the feeding the vampires. I hope your blood is as delicious as ever. So I'm going to change it to G sharp minor. And now let's just just kind of pick some stuff. Let's look at our volumes. Let's give it a little. Hey, Many Vibes, welcome. Okay, I think I've got those volumes where I want them. So all you do here, now this is how simple this is you just tap. You just tap the record, and then I'm just going to go play around. messing around. Kind of get ready to get going here. Yeah, I think that'll do it. All right, so now make sure we let's double check. We've got 142 beats per minute and G sharp minor. So we go to our recording, we change it, we add 142 G sharp minor, and we make that a wave file, right? A fun jam. We'll be at, and that I'm actually going to do something with that, right? So then we'll make it an audio share. Okay, that's a pretty big, fat, chunky monkey of stuff. It's all kind of flat on the edges. And so let's go back over to Logic Pro. We'll get rid of all of this. We can just get rid of all of this. Delete all the tracks and regions. All right. Now, let's go back to stereo out. Let's replace with more of the same. Okay. So now we'll open up Bark Filter and we're going to, let's get that down. Let's pull up our, see, there we go, our crisp, oh, no, first we need to change. Let's change our tempo to 142. Done. And let's change D minor to G sharp minor. Whoops. Because it's always good, just in case you're going to change things you want to have. That was Launchpad, and now we are in Logic Pro. I can't remember Logic Pro all day today. All right, so let's hop this in. So one of the things you can do here is if you use, man, I wish that would work. So second from the left on the bottom is your inspector. And now I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to make sure that I'm just going to put minus 0.6 decibels. Just keeping that, kind of keep that little smasher underneath. And let's come back. I say. All right, so now we come in, scalar EQ. We can change this to G sharp minor. And let's see. Musical. Subtle sweetener. Meow. So I'm taking this and then I take the dynamics out. No, let's not take it out. Let's leave it there. It's got 44% stereo width. All right. Now we go to bark filter. Once again, it's in triple band. Let's make sure we've got triple band. I'm just going to pop that output gain just down a smidge. Let's take the spatializer out. We'll leave it with Mastering Assistant. Let's see. See, we can see we've already got some loudness. Now we'll have it analyze. And I might have a little thing to pop out. Woohoo! Making that mastering chain. Let's cover that up so it's in clean. So now our true peak has been See, I see. There we go. Wow. Sweet. That sounds pretty good. Let's throw that out. Let's go Christmas Grime. Xmas Grime. 142 G sharp minor. Export. You beaver something up. Hey, beaver back. And then you look at it, and then you start having an idea of what to do. See, there we go. That looks pretty good. Think it needs a guitar? I may be able to add that. Yeah, that looks and sounds pretty good. You do the Xmas grime, you do the Xmas time. So you don't even, as I've noticed, so back in here, I don't need to, I can turn this probably back up to regular. Tumbleweed Town. Let's export this again. Xmas crime. I'm in right crime. 142 G sharp minor. Yeah. I'm just gonna make it just a smidge louder. And like there it is. It's like it doesn't have any clips in it. You could absolutely just pop it out that way as an EDM song. Of course, we may want to do something more with it later. We don't have to just leave it with like that, but you can. See, there we go. Nice and fat. Excellent. But of course, once again, you can turn off your mastering assistant. You can kick down to -6. And then you can just go ahead and So it's all just only thing I did was remove the mastering. And now I could be like Xmas, crime, spree, and then like PM. So nice, Bear. Tumbleweed Town. Nice. And just do the same thing. Listen, compare what sounds better, send it off or don't send it off, right? So audio sharing that. Now, see, we've got this slightly different. That's without any mastering. And instead of like messing with it, you could just open it up in Meow. We open audio share. Let's just open what we just got made, Xmas Crime Spree PM. And then we process it and bring down the dB. There we go. That's just a little bit better. So we'll save 24-bit wave. Save to files. Woohoo! Take that, throw it out. Come back in here. Yay, there's your Xmas Crime Spree. That's much smaller. You can open that in Lursen. Now, just like, listen to it for a second. Remember, after this, we're going all over to Jade's. That sounds really good already. It sounds sexy. All right, we'll just now we'll have two different files to look at. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have Ozone. Does anyone else here have Ozone? I think Jade has Ozone, but she hasn't started using it for reals yet. All right, after we do this, I'm going to come say goodbye to you with my face. Hopefully you've either learned something or you've just been soothed. I don't blame you if you just want to be soothed. Save to files because it doesn't save to Xmas Crime Spree PM1 master. There we go. Save it. Jade Star next, demoing the L2 Aura leveling amplifier. All right, I'm going to bring my first. Oh, Thomas Christ has Ozone. Tell us all about it. All right. Hi, it's my face. Hang on, let's look at that real quick. Oh, wow, that's a little too thick. But as you know, you already know what we do. It's easy to go back in there and just bring down a little bit. All the kinds of things we can do. Here's my face again. Hi, everybody. All right, I hope we learned something. Tomorrow I'm going to come back in and we're going to work on more stuff to get more projects to get your stuff out there. More thumbnails, more anything. More figuring out what. Yeah. You can edit the results if you want. Exactly. So exactly. All right. Right on. So next up, Aura leveling amplifier, which sounds like it could actually work with what we're doing today. And have I covered everything? Let's see. You're saying, have you covered everything? Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be working on projects. And then Wednesday, of course, I'm just going to get myself out there, trying new things, maybe plotting and planning for some work that I'm going to go out and try to find gigs in my area. And then we'll be going on Gmaze this month too. So that's a plan. Anyway, all of y'all. Biggest love. all the peace you can carry, baby. I'll be seeing you tomorrow right on the web. If you want to find anything more, just check out this little link. Give it a link and a wink, baby. And I will see you on the flip flop.